Thicc Eve. I don't want to forget that. Thicc Eve. And welcome to another grand episode of Dots and Lines. This is where we talk all things nerddom. So we're here to make sure that we hit anime, manga, comics, and everything in between. So please, fellas, introduce yourselves so we can get started.
Hello, it's your boy, me Connell, your friendly neighborhood Renaissance man. I do all the things with all the stuff.
Hello, friend. It is Mr. Sniffles, Digga Des. His name is Desmond.
And I'm Grayson Red, a big old nerd with mic problems. Let's get started.
It's the Marvel snipers. They coming already.
We took Cyclops off today, so maybe, maybe.
Yeah. Nah.
No, we took off. See, don't try to gaslight. We took off.
Oh, you're right. We took off
Superman.
You're 100% right. We took off Superman.
And that is a perfect segue of Marvel snipers and leakers and piracy and One Piece.
Hey, man, you got that right.
I bring it all together. I do what I do.
One Piece, everybody. One Piece. That was a great transition. Bro, the Straw Hats are in Elbaf and they're trapped. They are in this giant world. They figure out, everything's made out of Legos. Oh my God. And they have to fight some rats and snakes and they set things on fire. That is the quick, long, and short of it.
For real.
I gotta say, before I start ranting, y'all go off. I'm gonna let y'all talk.
I can't because I'm not the One Piece person.
I'm waiting for the rest of whatever the next part to happen. We know the next part. Manga readers know the next part. I'm waiting for the flashback. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm not gonna spoil nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing, but just know that's what I'm waiting for. And having to rewatch this reminds me of when I had to read the manga, and I was like, "All right, let's get to the point."
All right. There was a rumor going on at the beginning of the anime season that, or maybe even before that Elbaf was going to be adapting one chapter at a time, one chapter per episode. And I thought, surely that is ridiculous because there's no way they would do that after going seasonal. For those of you guys who don't know, in the anime world, for a good episode, you typically need about 50 to 60 pages of manga content for like the best pacing and to make everything worth it. So you're not sitting there bored looking at like slow draws of still images and people zooming into people's faces to take up time. Like One Piece has been wrought with the past 20-something years. I watched this episode with my wife and said, there's no way they're doing one chapter per episode. There's no way on God's green earth. And we were talking about these chapters either right before we did the show or as we started doing the show. So I'm like, these are vivid in my mind, right? Because I remember talking about how like this is kind of boring.
Real quick, right? And just to highlight what you just said. You said the beginning of this pod is when you started, seeing it that way. And one of our first clips was comparing One Piece to Beyonce. On Beyonce's internet, One Piece went seasonal and still adapting one chapter per episode.
Bro, absolutely.
Beyonce would never.
Beyonce would never. Say what you want about Cowboy Carter. At least it was coming at us quick.
No, that's
Bro, I had to double check mid-episode. I'm like, no way. Because I didn't check the task too. Because I'm like, whatever. Maybe they're just getting their druthers together. It's a 1-to-1 of the chapter to the episode. And then episode 2 of the Elbaf season, 1-to-1. I was like, there's no way they're going to end. And I was sitting there with my wife and God bless my wife, because she sits there while I just talk out loud and say things like, hi, like an annoying child in the back of a classroom.
Now, it's annoying now, but when we get to that part.
But we're not at that part. And the way that it's looking, we're not going to get there for 2 years.
2 years.
At the end of this episode, It's the same end of the chapter that it correlates with. It's going 1-to-1, and it looks like they're going to do this for the rest of the season. I pray that I'm wrong and they just start adapting more towards the end. But that's insane. That's terrible.
Yeah.
How many chapters was it until that part?
What do you mean?
How many chapters was it?
Yeah, you're just trying to count down the
Yes, I need to know. I need to know.
I don't know, but the fact that it's 3 of them things as far as the episodes go, and like,
it's 3 of them things.
It is.
I'm looking up for you right now because on the Shonen Jump app, which I paid for, not a pirater. I actually had it bookmarked. Read here. Oh my god! Wait. I still have to scroll down.
Damn, I forgot you can even like bookmark because I only like I use the download, I guess, as a footnote to where I was at. But yeah, I gotta see how to bookmark.
Oh my god, I have to be wrong here. I have to be wrong.
No. Don't say that. Don't tell me that. I'll cry right now.
I'm sure ChatGPT got it. Not that I do.
Bro, it's chapter 1128, right? Do you know what chapter we're at right now?
1128.
So, like I said, chapter 1128, and the one that just released before this episode came out is 1180. There is literally 52 chapters in between. If they're going to do a season, let's be generous and say they give us 26 episodes. I know it won't be. They're going to take another year. It will be a whole year. It's crazy that it's actually working out like this. It's going to literally be a whole 2 years before we get to where we are right now.
I'm going to cry.
Holy shit.
Oh no.
I really hope that they start speeding up the actual usage of chapters. That's crazy. That's crazy.
What?
Shout out to Toya Animation.
No,
shout
out to them.
Don't talk them out.
No, fuck them. This is crazy. You went seasonal to do the same thing, but with more dead space in the middle.
I told you, insanity is. That's literally what
they need to call the sweatshop. Call Mappa. Figure it out because this is crazy.
Something different.
Hey man,
same thing. It's the same result every time.
Whatever, bro. I mean, I guess I'm here for the ride. Like, I'm just gonna see it animated.
Let me off the ride. Call me when it gets to that part. I'll see you in 2 years, I guess.
I guess so.
I'm not watching this. Like, I refuse to give them my time to watch this stuff. Like, I refuse to.
I gotta look up how many episodes they're gonna do this season. Yeah, when they do the flashback, because I guess technically the flashback would be a separate arc. 1 year away. Maybe, bro. I don't know.
Dog.
You said 50 chapters, and there's
52 chapters.
I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to create space between the anime and the manga because the Elbath is still going on. We're at the end of Elbath, but it's still happening.
Yeah.
So I get them trying to create space, but this ain't it. And I get they don't want to do filler.
Filling it up with empty space is nuts.
Yeah, somehow that's worse than filler. Somehow that's worse.
Whatever, bro.
Ugh.
What do I know?
Not having a good time here.
And there are moments when the animation looks great.
What the hell is that?
That's the sun god.
Giant, yeah. That's the giant that has them, or at least
sun god.
Yeah.
See what you did there. Could be nice. Would be nice, except for does this technically count as filler?
It's not filler. No, it's the definition of not filler. They're using everything. They're using bro, like the Native Americans. They're using everything to the bone. You're gonna see every single part of the chapter.
The lines as well.
Oh my goodness. Well, whatever. We're here for the ride. We're gonna be seeing what's going on. God forgive us. As Meek said, God forgive me for what I did with Diddy.
Was all right. Yes. What is done in the dark will come to light, just like shadows of the Daemons of the Shadow Realm. Yeah,
I got you. I like it when you scrambling and scraping, Daddy. Yeah. I like it when you scrambling and scraping.
That's my favorite Diddy quote. That's the one. That's not AI. That's the real quote.
Yo, having a favorite Diddy quote is still crazy. That's a crazy sentence to say. Period. Oh my god,
Nah,
y'all funny
this
as hell.
episode 2 right here.
Oh well, same old vibe. Listen,
Yeah.
I mean, shadows of the Damon realm. We're just gonna be cracking jokes this whole pod. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Shadows of the Damon realm was another cool episode. Nothing crazy happened. The reveal at the end or the cliffhanger that was cool, but everything else was like, all right, cool.
There's a lot of world
building, exposition.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of that too. Yeah, because the way, like, you know what I'm saying, homie popped up on dude in the elevator with the fucking anglerfish. I was like, oh, okay, so application of you know, Daemons to be a fucking bounty hunter. At least he's protecting, you know, the women. So shout out to him, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's the application of Daemons in the real world.
Yeah.
This I mean, it was a in the episode full of slice of life and like just lighthearted shit, but that was crazy. And we got the reveal of like her powers literally like rip open shit. So, you know, and the other power that hasn't been awakened yet is Seal. So this episode does a lot. I mean, it's lesser on the, you know, foot on the gas, but it's them horses that's in that car, and the Daemons is on top of the car still. That's like how are they fitting these horses in this car? So,
yeah.
Shout out to the manga for sure.
It was a fun little episode, bro. Like we said, exposition-y. It's not taking itself too serious. You know, I love Full Metal Alchemist, and it's great. And this writer has a knack to build tension naturally. Clearly, she was just kind of over that part of writing in this part of the story. She's like, I just want to have a little fun.
I can't agree with that because by the time Brotherhood in episode 3, you know, they're probably just now at the church or just right after with the Rose thing. So that's episode 1 to 3 in Brotherhood is still fairly like early on in the story, and like you know,
it wasn't whimsical though. Like this is whimsical.
No, I'm not talking about tone. I'm talking about pacing.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Tone. Yeah, you're talking about tone.
Yeah, like how it feels. Like things felt dangerous. Things felt like kind of a little scary at Full Metal. This is clearly serious stuff, but like it feels more whimsical. He's like walking around in regular clothes and asking about horses and cars and very confused. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sit on this car. And I'm cool with all that. You know, she's taking a different approach and I'm with it.
Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist, the priest promised the girl that he would bring back her dead brother.
Yeah.
Like what?
That's I mean, I still feel this setup is still pretty much the same because, you know, the Ishval and on all the war, like that was still within the first episode too, because you saw Scar like
the Fallen War. You mean the genocide that happened in a country full of brown people by a country full of white people?
But I think we're taking about two different things. I think we're talking about two different things. Yeah. Like you're talking about like the story progression and stuff. I'm talking about how like lighthearted it feels.
Okay. I mean,
this feels way more lighthearted than that.
But it has this dark element. So like, you know, I get what like I just don't feel as though that's like I mean, and like you were saying earlier with the comparison of like of a different story, like we are agreeing, but like, you know, I just don't feel it on the level that you do.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the drop off isn't like because we're only on the 3rd episode. Like I know, like from me explaining how dark like that scene was with the anglerfish, like it's there. Like it could, you know what I'm saying, even with the grandma, like it's there for sure.
Yeah.
Word. Okay.
You know, genociding of brown people.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of things could be Witch Hat Artillery and be fucking gassed on the 3rd episode. Because goddamn.
No, you're killing it with these intros, bro.
Yeah.
No, that shit was like 3 episodes now. I'm like, damn, this is going the fuck off.
Yo,
now, first, I want to say that I'm putting this picture up because I don't want to do the spoiler of the giant reveal like mid-episode. Spoilers. We're going to talk about some crazy stuff that happened in Witch Hat. If you see an image that you weren't supposed to see, that's on you at this point. Sorry. Go ahead.
Spoiler. First off, the brim caps, the drip is crazy. The drip is insane.
Drip is crazy.
But them niggas, like, not only do we wear the hats, but we got masks on. Our clothes are all different. That nigga shit got horns on it. That dog, like the drip is insane. I want to join their gang.
Low key, this is the next Red Cloud.
Yo, facts.
In the next Red Cloud. I can see it already.
Like if we gang banging, I want to look like that. Look at this. Yo, it's crazy. But I do like something I like about this show too is that it's doing subtle things with the world building. So basically, what happens in the episode is they go to a shop in a town that is full of witches. Right? They go there so they can get a proper wand or a proper pen for Coco. Right? And while they're at this shop, we're getting more lore about how the ink is made and things like that, and more lore about like the trees that the ink comes from and how the ink is distilled. Because
fuck them trees.
Basically, because outside of the physical like drawing of the circle, it's the ink that makes the magic, right? It's not just regular ink. And as Winter said last time, that will become very important later for our boy Kiefer. So one of the things that happens is as they're inside of the shop, Agate goes off on her own. She's like, fuck it, I want to go shop. I'll do whatever I want. And the other three girls, Powerpuff Girls, are inside the shop. And then Coco sees the witch that gave her the book. She sees the mask, right?
Very creepy.
Very creepy.
Quick. So Agate is Buttercup then. This is crazy that with these comparisons, man. You call them the Powerpuff Girls and Agate is
basically
crazy.
So Coco runs after, the other two run after Coco. While Coco is running through the city, she bumps into Agate, and then they get teleported into a spider. Spoilers. You haven't seen the episode. They get teleported into a place, right? And this is where we get.
I'm sorry.
And there's a fucking dragon. There's a dragon. There's a dragon. Look at the size comparison. Like, bro, I saw that shit. I let out an audible gasp. I was like, what the fuck? They're about to die. But they see dragon, big ass dragon. Coco sees the brim cap that got her into the place. She sees him up on a perch, and then he says something they say something very important. They say, "I wasn't intending for all of you to come. I was only intending for you." Coco calls her by name. I was only intending for you to come, Coco. You are going to save the world of magic. So already we're getting stuff that we have no idea what's going on.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
W. And real quick with that, I do want to say, while you were talking about the, where they get the ink from the trees from, that was where we got our first little prophecy. Because as I wanted to say, it was prophecy, but the original tree that they got the magic from was helping, like a woman or whatever. Like he was literally giving its blood to cast the spells from the ink. The tree fell in love with the witch, which is wild, because you need the ink to be the witch. And now we might now find out that that's not the case.
That's true.
You got it.
Yeah, we're getting crazy lore drops. Crazy lore drops.
Yeah, man.
But while they're in this world, they're trying to get out. Agate figures out, all right, if we do this spell with this spell, we can get her out. And then Coco touches her while she's doing the spell, and Agate flips on her and basically is like, yo, you are the reason we're in this. It's your fault. Like, this is your problem. We had no issues last week. You started this shit, nigga. You did this. It's all your fault.
You're not lying.
And then Coco has the realization of the moment where she's like, damn, this actually is my fault. What do I do? And at this point, she's frozen. While they were running away from the dragon, she saw a seal at the top of like a clock tower situation. So she saw that and she went to go tell Agate. She touched Agate. Agate messed up the circle. Agate flipped on her. But then eventually they get through the wall and pretty much
fast as actually. It's as soon as Agate was cursing out Coco, she was already on it. Like, so
Riche seems legit. She seems like she's one of the ones. Also, real quick, I want to point out how funny it is that all of them have, UK accents, and Coco does not, and she's the total fuck up who has no idea how this world works.
But I think it also speaks to, like, one of the things I like about this show with that whole thing speaks to is the fact that she wasn't born in the world, but she is still of the world, right? She still has all the skills that it takes to be a gifted witch. She just wasn't born into it like they were. And it kind of speaks to like the
Don't we
privilege
know?
of, yeah, it kind of speaks to like the privilege of being born into a thing and then being an outsider, but still having as much skill and talent as those born into it. And it kind of
Yeah.
speaks to the whole relationship between talent versus hard work. And she happens to have both of them. She just
Yeah.
doesn't have the privilege of being born into the world.
Yeah, doing it since she was a wee bit jit. She's a muggle blood. And as a muggle blood, you shouldn't be around us and you shouldn't be in this world.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of
thing,
racist.
Another thing this show has, though, is as they're running away from the dragon with their life on the line, she takes a second to admire, a god's like magic, and like this is where we get the little. They got the blicky on deck. I mean, all they got to do is put that circle, and it's the wrap for whatever they were drew. So like, she's just literally admiring magic still while her life is in danger because I started running out because she saw the Brim who gave her the magic to begin with.
Yeah.
Listen, 100% valid crash out by a god. 100%. Listen, no, you said it correctly, bro. You said it. We were good a week ago, and then you came, and now I'm in a maze away from my master in a town I don't know, and there's a dragon.
Yeah, but let's not forget the last episode where God was like, "Go do this dangerous thing just to prove your worth." She didn't have to do that. God is she's kind of a hater. She's kind of Sasuke.
She is worse than Sasuke. Sasuke never tried to get Naruto killed until like someone manipulated him into trying to kill him, and then he still decides not to.
Yeah, to that old man touched on his neck.
Oh yeah. By the way, why is Orochimaru like not in jail forever? I get it. He helped save the world, but like Naruto, come on, bro. You can put him in prison for
He was committing several war crimes.
He was the original Epstein.
Yeah, he was still at the wedding though. He was still at the Hinata wedding, so we're gonna let it go.
He was at the wedding shaking ass. He was in. Have you ever seen the episode where he was? Have you ever seen the episode where everyone's sending messages to Naruto for his wedding, and he's just casually walking around the village with a kimono with his silk pressed like nothing happened? Sir, you committed several crimes that probably ruined hundreds of generations because you did things that are inexplicable. Like,
not even regular crimes. He was committing war crimes.
War crimes
against the Geneva Convention crimes.
Bro, the president of the country, which is the Hokage, ran up on you. Mind you, he's been in 2 Great Ninja Wars and was so stunned at what you're doing to these children, he couldn't move. How do you re-give an old nigga PTSD?
Give an old nigga trauma.
Oh my God. Anyway, sorry, quick aside.
Well, shout out to Witch Hat.
Shout out to Witch Hat. Great episode.
2000s. Yeah, I'm very interested to see where this show goes because, like, I read the manga early on, but I haven't picked it up since. But now I'm getting reacquainted with like just the series in general, and like I'm honestly in love with it all over again. Because I only read one chapter before, but now I'm like, yo, yeah, shout out to Winter, man.
Yeah, because we going by the time this ends, the season wise, it's gonna be like just like Gachiaka. We need to get caught up, and we need her back on the show, and all that.
Oh, I'm caught up on Gachiaka.
Yo, we need to do a book club.
What's going on with
that? Dog. Hold on, we can talk about it. We can spoil territory. We can talk about it. We can talk about it.
We need to have a book club where we actually like read it. Yeah. Like,
I'm gonna have to catch up.
Cause boy howdy. So much happens.
Just like Invincible.
Man, you're on top of it today, bro. Yes.
Like Invincible?
Bro. Invincible.
Well, I guess nothing happened, but something happened.
A lot happened. First off, this nigga needs therapy.
Aftermath is still a lot.
That's a lot.
I mean, his dad was a space Nazi, so
still is kind of.
Still is. Operation Paperclip. Yo, this Operation Paperclip.
He will be the Orochimaru in this situation. Like, you got a lot of on your name right now, fam. But we just gonna let it slide right now.
Man, he's definitely committed genocide. That's a fact. I can't lie.
Only difference is that Naruto shit was sweet for a little while. It's not sweet right now. Actually, here.
I will say though, I have like a weird thing with Orochimaru because he was doing it in the sleaziest way possible. Like he was taking literal just children, targeting just children, which is crazy. Whereas like, unfortunately, Nolan was like, I mean, anyone can get it.
Oh no, fam! Like this, nah. I'm not finna put them two aside like that and try to pick one because they're both diabolical.
I mean, Omni-Man is closer to Vegeta than anything else.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's fair.
True.
At least he'll give you a quick death. Like Orochimaru will literally bite you on your neck, watch you almost die, and then lord over you for decades, so that way he can like slither into your body at your weakest moment in life.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
Or he'll bite you on your neck and mark you, and then leave, and then every time he comes around, your neck burned now. Like, let's not forget what he did to Anko. Like,
that is a fact. That is exactly what happened with Anko.
Yeah.
Fun fact, you know, Kishimoto said that's one of his biggest regrets, not writing her more into the story.
Never mind.
That in the war arc, but so Invincible, right? So now
we're Kishimoto alone. You evil bastards.
Now we're here. Mark has PTSD from getting his shit clapped in space, which is understandable. Because let's not forget, he was running for his life.
Yeah, running for his life, motherfucker.
Yeah. He's back home. They're picking up the pieces. Oliver's still away in space because he got fucked up. He has prosthetic jaw and ulnar and radius because he had his arm ripped off.
Should have just left him at home. He ain't do nothing.
He didn't do anything. He just got permanently scarred.
He was a liability for 2 fights.
Bro, that's terrible. You said you named like 5 body parts. You turned them into the 5 pieces of Exodia, my nigga. That is diabolical.
Yo, W reference, yo. I don't know. You on your shit right now? That's crazy. 5 pieces of Exodia.
Viltrumite Exodia is nasty.
Oh my god, that was funny,
bruh.
You did like 5 places in his body, bro.
Yo,
and the prostate being one of them is diabolical too.
No, bro, ain't nobody saying nothing about prostate, bro. Chill.
Okay. Man. I mean, might as well had.
Yeah, might as well
got violated like that. Anyway.
Mark is trying to pick up the pieces, bro. He's making his stops, making sure everybody knows what happened. Clearly, people are freaked out because, like, yo, you blew up their planet. They're gonna come here. Like, yeah, no shit.
They're like, you didn't think that through at all,
nigga. What was that about? After that, we got him talking to Adam Eve, and he has to face the news that she got an abortion, which is some heavy shit. They handled this really well, by the way. Like, I didn't think that they were going to actually take this as seriously as they did. I thought they were going to just skim by it because there's a lot of weirdos online that have a lot of things to say about that, which I'm not even going to touch. But they accepted the moment. They kind of talked through it. And I don't know, it made me feel for her just almost as bad as I feel for Mark, because she thought her man was dead and she was going to raise a baby all alone and navigate the waters of having a Viltrumite kid on Earth.
Yeah.
Woof. A lot of stuff going on. Everyone's going through it. And it kind of shows how no matter what side of the war you're on, it's going to affect you and everyone around you. Like, this shouldn't be shit to be played with.
Yeah. Even though I didn't get to see the episode and getting it through y'all, I feel like, if they really do the pacing how they say they're going to do about 7 and 9 seasons, give or take with Prime, if they don't speed blitz it and they say they're about halfway through the story, Invincible could, if they pick up with the animation, but it still sounds like they're trying to do, per year. So we don't know. So, but it's still highly received. So it's, it's a seesaw, really. It's up and down of like,
it is, it's the give and take, man. I wish I've conceded to the fact maybe they should wait an extra couple months, like maybe a year and a half instead of 1 year.
Yeah.
But Robert Kirkman was talking in an interview, and he said, "Listen, the wait between the first season and the second season was egregious because it was." And he's a money man, he's a businessman, so I'm sure he was like, "Hey, that actually hurt us. Now we're doing it a season per year." And they've seen nothing but improvement and upswing in popularity since.
Yeah, but with the downtick in the animation this season,
Yes.
it's hurting them in the long run because now fans are losing faith in the overall animation and in the overall show in general. Like, I don't know if you've seen some of the fan edits, but when they add the compositing and they add the different things and they add the different colors and they add the shadows and the contrast, like it looks almost close to comic accurate versus kind of what we have now with like moving JPEGs, which is the biggest argument of the season. But like,
first off, a lot of them niggas use AI. Are we pro AI or not? I don't know. That's another conversation for another day. Second off, I'm gonna trust some of these niggas that said that they did it all by hand and stuff. It's a lot easier working on a finished product.
That's true. Yeah.
It's a lot easier when someone's already finished like 90% of the dish and you just have to add some extras after. So, and that's cool. And those people are very talented that do that online and Twitter and stuff, but we have to give people some grace here because you're not doing 400 frames of that.
But isn't there a team that normally does that? So you have one team that does principal animation, then the team that does the shadows and compositing and things like that.
We talked about this before, bro. That I don't know how many teams are under, but I know there for a fact there's only like 4 main animators, and one of them came online and said, "We literally did not have the manpower of the time." There was
I'm talking about in general with like animation and stuff.
I don't know. This is small animation studio.
But we don't know how they staffed, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
This just brings more highlight to, physical media and even just digital. Like, part of that goes into like the real art of it and anti-AI, whatever, but like the real art of it, like the colorists who do this shit in comics, like print or not, like at physical media, if you're looking at it, like feeling it, like it really do make a difference. So the fact that you're saying that about how it could get better in that area, and it is a comic book style thing, you were saying like how Robert Kirkman, whether he admits it or not, so gets his got that anime feel to it, and this to his detriment might be either consciously or subconsciously part of that. Like if you lean more into the comic part of it, like maybe it would look a certain way to where there wouldn't even be too much of a dip for the lack of better term.
Yeah,
I know.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, I don't want to cut you off.
I think I would like to see the budget breakdown between the celebrity voice actors and the actual animation budget.
I don't want to get into that.
That's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, because like if you spend 80% of your budget on voices, I think like John Hamm was in it, and he had like 2 lines. John Hamm is a very well-known actor. Shout out to Mad Men, and it's got one more show, something Neighbors on Apple TV or something like that. But he's a very good actor. But he does not come cheap. I would rather you see no-name talent and put more money into the overall animation than trying to get these big names to do like these small roles, and then that's like 90% of your budget right there.
He keeps trying to get Bryan Cranston to come onto the show. He said he just keeps offering him shit. Yeah, I don't know.
What?
It's a very I don't know.
Just want to swing his dick around. Don't.
Yeah, no.
Just don't. Maybe don't.
I'm
an animation team. Instead of 4 animators, hire 5.
We don't want to see a dick swinging. Actually,
just hire 2 more animators. Just 2 more. I don't know. Anybody. Why is fucking Seth Rogen on the show?
Well, don't get me started on that shit because it's supposed to be like for a joke. He said, I might have to link this interview in the description. I gotta find it. He said that no one has really like, for the most part, like big mandem or like tried to do a little bit more because the show's getting more popular. And I'm like, I don't believe you, Robert Kirkman. Their agents watching a #1 show on Amazon is not gonna not ask for more money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's just business. So you're spending a lot of money on just them speaking, which is cool, but We're seeing dips somewhere else.
It's unnecessary. I'd rather you get a no name than get fucking Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen is he's a great actor. He's very funny. Does he need to be in this show? No.
No, probably
It's
not.
okay. It's
No, probably
okay.
not. I do want to give credit where credit is due, though. And I know that we
Mhm.
land on the different ends of the spectrum of this, but I do want to give credit to the fact that I was one of them very vocal people online. It was like, why the fuck isn't Invincible season 2 coming out? Blah, 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 blah. I'm in the comic shocks and people are asking about it. Regular folks that don't read comics, like Zoe was showing me Invincible. I'm like, this is crazy. This is an independent comic book and people are buzzing about it. But it took too long to come out and they missed time is money. They missed a lot of opportunities because of it. I really want to show respect and reverence to the fact, even though I think the quality of the animation is dipping, he's cranking out something every year. That's a feat, and I have to respect it because my biggest complaint originally was it's not coming out quick enough.
Yeah, but quality over
I can see
quantity. Yeah,
that's
but
like I mean, yeah,
no,
not to get
go
too
ahead.
potty about it, but like that's as far as consistency goes, this is episode 62 right here, so that we can respect the pumping it out, but that would just be like if we focus more so on guests every week instead of like the actual core part of like this, like you know what I'm saying?
For sure, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's
There's arguments both ways.
as far as putting the bag on the voice actors and leaving out the animation, like nah, you know what I'm saying? Let's have a little bit of both, maybe, or like don't only because like the guests they're cool and all, but like this is you know.
Yeah. But I will say the thing I like about at least what this episode did, just to talk about some positives, is the fact of like Nolan came to Earth with a mission to conquer it, got some good, had a kid, raised his child, and was like, you know what? Not so bad. And then you see the other Viltrumites, except for Alyssa, they came to Earth. Especially Krieg. Krieg pumping them out. I don't like if you read the comics, you know how many baby moms he had, how many kids he had. Krieg came to Earth, got busy. But
the Viltrumite future right there.
Yo, Viltrumite future. They came to Earth and then they fell in love and they were like, you know what? I don't want to be a space Nazi anymore. I kind of like it here. Pussy kind of warm. You know, cigarettes are nice. Motorcycles are cool. I could just be a person, you know?
There's a reason why Vegeta folded.
The reason why Vegeta folded?
It was not Goku.
It was not
Goku. Yo, Bone. Listen, Blue Box, best in the galaxy right there. He was conquering planets. Was on Earth for like a year. Hit it once and was like, you know what? I live here now.
This is my home.
I live here now. I don't want for nothing.
Yo, for real.
You know what?
Shout out to Boma, yo.
They had two kids.
Bro, legit said, I don't even like space like that.
Yeah. And I love my bath time. Shout out to the bath time.
Shout out to the bath time.
Freaked out.
Yo, sorry.
Nah, speaking of freaked out, though, Thrag gives a crazy option to Mark at the end of the episode. He's like, listen, you're going to let us live here. And we're going to breed here, or we're going to destroy the planet. Let us get our freak on, or we're going to murder everyone you know.
And that's not even an ultimatum. He didn't ask him.
He didn't ask him because he was already there. You're already there.
He's like, he's like, yo, can't nobody on this planet beat me. I'm the strongest thing here, period. I'm the strongest thing in the galaxy right now. There's nothing anybody can do to stop this. I'm letting you know as a courtesy.
It's over.
Because what's crazy, I saw a quote online that was like, Mark just let him do that. Mark didn't let him do shit. Mark tried to fight him, and he was just like, no, dog, like stop. Come on, chill out.
It was like a toddler hitting it. It was like a toddler hitting their parent. Like,
yeah. He
said, just stop, bro. Like, you're not gonna win. I'm giving you a courtesy here. We're fucking your bitches.
I'm letting you know. Yeah, I didn't have to let you know. I'm choosing. I could have enslaved this entire planet, and there's nothing anybody could have done to stop me.
And you know what? That's why and I'm glad this is coming full circle again, man, because that's why you got to give praise and thanks to the base guy. Because, like, You know what I'm saying? That's why you can be like, you can fuck my bitch, kids. Like, it's just like this, like that. Like, what are you gonna do, bro?
What
Let
are
that
you
man
gonna
cook.
do? Nothing. You're gonna watch and shut
I
up.
saw a dumbass nigga online. Shout out to the Dots and Lines Twitter. I'm having fun on there. Say, I don't know what I would have done if I was Mark. Shitting me, nigga. I know exactly what I'd done. I'd have turned around and been like, please keep fucking him. All right.
Yeah, what you
Word
doing?
up.
Go right
Make
on
me some
ahead.
cousins. Make me some cousins.
He gouged your eyes out. What are you gonna
What are you
do?
gonna do?
Yeah. Dog,
Do we?
every breath every breath that Mark takes is a mercy given by Thrag.
He didn't go up to Eve and like, yeah, I heard y'all had that abortion. Let's go ahead and put one back in that oven there.
We need help.
Yeah,
We need
bro.
more soldiers.
Because Eve ain't saying no either. I mean, who? Yeah. Listen.
I mean,
Don't be
but
diabolical.
at the end of the day, like, there's nothing anybody can do to stop Thrag. Everything is just a mercy on his whim.
That's it.
Yeah.
By the way, great episode, great tension.
It's gonna be season 5 or 6.
Season 5.
5. Yeah.
W
I want
Thicc
them-
Eve. I don't want to forget that. W Thicc Eve.
Sticker in the comics, but I would rather them take like 2 years. 2 years. Figure it out. Hire another animator. Stop hiring really expensive people. Hire no names. Just do that. Focus on animation. Because the stuff that happens next is gonna be crazy.
These guys wanted me to talk about this, and my favorite character is Cyclops, so we're going to talk about it.
Don't say it like that. Don't say it like we fucking coerced you, like we're a Thrag, like you got to talk about Cyclops. No, nigga, you like Cyclops.
I love Cyclops. He's my favorite superhero. But
exactly.
I got outvoted. I want to talk about Superman. I'll talk about him on the live. Superboy Prime is really fun right now. Cyclops.
He's talking about the Spider-Man, Superman.
No, I didn't even read all of it. I'll get to it.
No, real quick though. I mean, we did talk first issue. We didn't talk about the second issue. So fill us in, man.
Listen, why the fuck would you go to that island? In Cyclops issue 3.
In X-Men.
Yeah, in Cyclops issue 3, he is still on the island. He's stuck there. He got it shot down by the Reavers. Long history with them. Half human, half machine, because they're so freaked out about mutants that they want to turn themselves into machines to maintain their humanity. It's a sick obsession with mutants that make you less human. Cool.
So instead of using the human gene, which would be the mutant, let me go fuck AI and spawn children with it.
It's like certain people's ridiculous love for AI, even though it's taking the human aspect out of all the things that you love. It is that, but the message was preached 40 years ago. True.
Thank you for that insight there.
Yeah. So back to Cyclops. He's with this girl named May. Her mutant power is that she's super powerful, but her powers really can't activate if she is scared or she feels afraid. Well, she's stuck on an island where people are hunting her down, so she's afraid like all the time. Cyclops' glasses, the things that keep him from like blowing everything up around him, got fucked up during the crash. So he has to go get his spares at the crash site. Cool. Everything's going okay, and they're having a heart-to-heart with that girl, May. She's like, listen, I wanted to go to Krakoa. My mom wouldn't let me because I was a kid. By the time I could go to Krakoa, it all went to shit because of you guys. And I do want to make a point of this. Scott is like, that was not because of us. It's kind of implied like, these fucking humans won't leave us alone. You have no idea what we had to fight against to keep it. He keeps it calm, though, because she's a kid. And what do you know? The Reavers come back and they fuck up May real bad, or at least hold her hostage.
Yeah.
Which is terrible because she's a child, but they don't care. They don't see her as like a human being. She's a mutant. That thing I showed you in the beginning for all of my initiated, it's the resist method. It's something that gives you psychological resistance against, telepaths and shit like that. Yeah. It also can help you fortify yourself if you're feeling afraid.
Yeah.
So she's afraid out of her mind. She can't help herself. So Scott's like, yo, use the resist. And she's like, okay, I'm going to do that. Da, da, da. Unfortunately, she's a little bit more powerful than she realizes because she catches a body real quick and punches right through her.
Yeah, because like they're machines, but they're still mostly human.
There's like organs right under, like the muscle.
Yeah, but she punched through that lady's spine. She's dumb though.
What happens when you get too freaked out, man?
Yeah, nah. Something I do like about this issue as well is that while May is talking to Cyclops, Cyclops is not giving her commands, but he's like, "Hey, we should do this so we can survive." And May's like, "I'm not one of your little soldiers." And then when push comes to shove, it's like, no, Cyclops is just a brilliant tactician because he's been a child soldier. He's been a soldier since he was like 7. Well, not 7, since he was like a teenager, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But he's also been the leader of a guerrilla faction. Like when you break it down to it, they're technically like a small guerrilla faction of like fighters, freedom fighters, right?
Yeah.
And he's been the leader of them since he was a teenager. And literally every fight that he's in against Sentinels, Reavers, the government, Sinister, Magneto, they're all fight to the death. Like none of those fights are like, oh, if we beat you, we capture you. Like, no. His
life has always been on the line. You're right. And this is shown in this issue. This is a great distillation of his leadership abilities and how he needs to do what he needs to do. He's like, all right, I tried to warn you, nigga, because they get to the site. He breaks Cyclops' spare glasses. He hears May getting hurt or freaking out because she killed somebody. And he's like, all right, I'm going to explode you with these fucking nukes I have in my eyes. I'm Cyclops, dummy. So Cyclops does exactly that. And he nukes the field.
The Reaver was taunting him the whole time of like, you're not going to do it. You're a hero. You're not going to do this. And then he proceeds. Mind you, that tiny dot is them. And then that is his eyes.
Everyone knows that he's fucking Cyclops. The reason he wears those things because he has nukes behind his eyes. Like at the first issue, everyone was afraid because they were like, oh shit, we have to fight Cyclops. And this dumbass thought that he was going to get the better of him just because he's talking shit. It's like, you know how Dylan Brooks got washed by LeBron real quick? Why would you poke the bear? Leave the nigga alone. You know who he is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, now she's a hashtag, so.
Yeah, like Phil was saying, he's like, oh, you're a superhero. You got to help me. And this nigga Scott just does something to me, bro.
Image is cold. That's a cold image.
Because he's saying all this and yeah, you know, you're a superhero. And Scott's like, people like you keep reminding me I'm a soldier.
And you try to be, but
that's a bar.
It's because of you is that I gotta be a soldier.
Hey, yo.
I don't want to do this. You make me do this to you.
You make me do this. You know how nasty you gotta be. You know how vicious you gotta be to hold a nigga life in your hands. And then let them know you're the reason you're dying. You're the reason you're not going to make it out of here, buddy. Sorry about that.
As I'm assuming he's about to drop the
no.
There.
No. He doesn't kill him because he needs to keep him around for interrogation. He just takes all of his body parts and throws them on him for weaponry.
Damn.
He said, the dude, bro, it's cold. It's cold. Yeah. It's funny. Bro said, oh, you have a code or whatever, right? And he said, not me. You're thinking of the one with the claws. And he rips his body apart, takes the weapon so he can go out and fuck some more shit up. I love Scott Summers. I love this nigga.
Shit, ice cold. Coldest nigga in the room. And Iceman is there.
100%.
And he's also Omega mutant.
Yeah, he's an Omega level mutant.
Scott Summers still the coldest nigga.
But he's not the coldest.
Yeah.
Yeah, the coldest. Listen, I like this issue. I will say Alex Packnadel, the writer, who's a great writer, was talking about how the last page is cooler than anything you've seen all year. As a Scott Summers fan, this is a very cool image. I've seen some really good books this year, though. So don't gas me. Don't gas me, okay? Because I was getting to this page, and I'm like, okay, what else? You know what I mean? And this is a fire image, especially with all the context. Like he's literally carrying his arms and his legs around his body. Look at this, bro. You see him in the corner? You see, bro, he's an amputee now.
Sorry, they're saying that because, people who support Marvel, blindly may not look at the competition.
Man. Bro, you spitting right now. I'm not going to lie to you, gang. Great issue, but there was a better issue this week. It's been a while since we talked about it. It feels like too long. We've got Absolute Wonder Woman issue 19. Oh, my goodness.
Somebody say DubDub?
Good milk.
The best milk. Kelly Thompson on the words.
Crazy.
Hayden Sherman with the art. And my God, they're killing it. Hayden Sherman is, oh my, he's blowing up so crazy, and they deserve it so much. This art is too nuts. This art is too nuts. I don't know if there's a better paneler in DC or Marvel than Hayden Sherman. I don't know.
Nah, no. The answer to that is no.
That's the motif right now. I mean, it's been the whole series long, pretty much.
I was reading the comic, and like I showed it to Lauren, and I was showing her the panels, and I was like, the panels are they have a language of their own outside of the actual like context of the book. And like she asked me to buy her the big book when it comes out.
Trade.
So it's
the compendium.
Like, yeah, the compendium. I'm gonna get that for her.
Can I tell you something real quick before we get to this issue? Because a lot of cool stuff happens in the issue. I've been seeing some discourse about how people like to read their comics. Some people say floppy, some people say compendium, some people say omnibus. I'm gonna say something blasphemous. I think I like compact comics more.
Than issue per issue. Wow, I wouldn't have pegged you for that. Damn.
I know, me neither.
What's the difference?
So the compact comics are basically the manga sized ones.
Oh, yeah.
And I showed them off. I showed the Batman Elegy joint, which was great. But the day that I read Batwoman Elegy was also the same day that I had to quickly read issue 15 of Aquaman, which I got signed by Jeremy Adams. Shout out to you. You're cool as shit, bro. The glare from the very good paper on a single issue comic book makes it awkward to read sometimes in certain lights.
Right.
Because I have to you don't even realize you do it. Phil, you probably don't even recognize you do it. You have to shift the light appropriately sometimes to read a word or see something, all of an image. You know what I'm saying? I've done it so many times I don't even think about it. It kind of comes automatic.
Shout out to the Humphrey Hall.
Shout out to the Humphrey Hall. When I was reading with the compact comic, first off, I can hold it with one hand, which helps a lot when I'm walking or I'm standing in line. And I have very sweaty hands. I'm a sweaty boy. So I'm always afraid of messing up a comic. So sometimes I'll hold the comic on the back of my hand, or I'm constantly flipping so that way the fucking sweat from my hands and the acid doesn't destroy the comic ink. But with a compact comic, the back is like plastic. The inside of the book, you don't really have to worry about that because of the way the paper's constructed. And the glare from the light doesn't affect it at all.
I'm glad you said that. Because I'm assuming they haven't done the absolute of that yet, and I don't know how many chapters or whatever are needed to make it like that as far as like a volume goes. But yeah, I would rather buy it whenever it comes out like that if they're going to keep going, especially to like 50 something. Like we'll have one or two by then.
I know it's blasphemy, guys. I know, and by the way, I'm not gonna stop buying single issues, so I shouldn't even be thinking about this. But that experience was pretty cool.
Word. I mean, that's how I'm going to collect is the volumes basically. I'm gonna call them the manga values because
I'm not gonna lie to you though. I'm not gonna lie to you, gang. They're so selective with the compact comics because that's basically for the
absolute it.
I feel like they should. I feel like they should.
But it would print money.
How much chapters would need to be in it though, or issues?
I mean, it's subject. I mean, 7, basically 7. 6 to 7.
I could have been did it.
Yeah, but they're so selective because they want those to be kind of like evergreen books or books that are really good at introducing a character. Oh. So it's not just like, oh, you have 7 issues, you get a compact comic.
They're trying to do it more so for the story part of it.
For the story, like stories that will get a person hooked, which is an ingenious idea. Apparently, they're selling like gangbusters. Every
Yeah.
time I go to my
that's-
comic shop, they're like empty.
Yeah, I mean, as far as not mainline, is that not what the Absolute has been doing?
I would agree. I think it would be a great idea, but they've just been so super selective, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's crazy. I would buy it though, for sure, 100%.
I do got to predict with you. I got to concede this. Absolute Batman is definitely getting one. They haven't announced it, but it's definitely getting one. I went into my comic book shop, bro. The most important comic book of the past 20 years. I went to my comic shop the other day. Do you know that just like a raw one with no signature, not graded, is $250 for issue 1 of Absolute Batman?
God,
you're
damn.
lying. $200?
I'll take a picture. 200. I said 250. No signature, no grading, just a regular issue 1 cover A first print of Absolute Batman issue 1 is $250.
Stupid.
Isn't it like a $4 when you buy the shit?
Yeah, of course. And now it's worth $250.
In a year and some change.
It's insane. They're not even 2 years yet.
Bro.
Greatness is.
Niggas can say what they want, but that's the most important book of the past 20 years.
All
That's
right,
crazy.
DubDub, and it lost the Eisner to this woman. Good milk. Go ahead, Justin. Back into the interview.
DubDub.
Listen, Wonder Woman is running around trying to fix problems, but at first we have to start with this flashback. Aphrodite comes to the Wild Isle and wants to talk to Cersei, and Cersei's like, yeah, sure, like you're a god. What am I going to do? Aphrodite says, I got to stop coming to this island. And she's like, why? You know my power, that everyone loves me. And like, yeah, you're Aphrodite. No. You don't get it. I come here to see Diana. So now that's part of her power. And they're like, oh. So now for the rest of her life, people are going to be drawn to her and like her. And she's never going to know, is it because she's that great of a person? Or is it because of this power that she got imbued with from a patron god?
I like the subtle hints of lore, not only the expansion on like the Greek pantheon. First off, this panel is phenomenal.
Insane.
Just this. But also like the expansion on the Greek lore, one of Aphrodite in general, who is kind of normally like a throwaway god. No one really like tells stories about Aphrodite. But the fact that she's been as pivotal as she has been in Diana's story, and even like the small little tidbit of like, people love me because they have to, not because they want to. And for Diana to still have that ability because that part of Aphrodite is in her, and it goes to show like all the people that Diana has been around, now it brings all that into question. Do they love her because they have a choice to love her, or because they are compelled to love her?
Which is going to be an interesting thing to see later on. They're sowing some real cool seeds there. Shit's still fucked up. That was a cool flashback, really good way to set up, but like shit's still fucked up. Everything's exploding, people are dying, and everyone's trying to just take cover. While the crew is trying to take cover, there's a coven of witches trying to pray to Hecate for some protection. I think this is really fucking weird and super intriguing because, oh, bro, like, so witchery is just like powerful enough to even matter right now, huh? Okay. The Suicide Squad is still wreaking havoc. Everyone's trying to figure out what to do, and Diana's being burned like alive.
So for a brief bit of context, she is still fighting Zatanna's father. Yeah. And the spell that she does allows her to meet Zatanna's father in like the crossroads or the afterlife. Well, like I guess the crossroads of like life and death. And while she's there, as she's talking to Zatanna's father, the form that she's in is gnarly. It's got like 6 arms. It's crazy. But as she's talking to him, we see his wife, and we see Zatanna as a small child. And he's like, I don't want to have to make the choice of going to my wife or to my child. I don't have to make the choice. And Diana's like, you already made the choice a long time ago. You're just seeing this now. This is a vestige of your past. And he's like, I've been on fire for the better part of like a decade. Like I've just been on fire constantly. So then we get Zatanna, who breaches that crossroad, and as she's talking to her father, she's like, hey, just to let you know, this is real. I am real. And going back to how beautiful the paneling is,
Incredible.
throughout this whole panel, we get this blue and very, very bright orange. The blue is the crossroads, the orange is him actively being on fire. And then we see Zatanna in the real world. This is actually how she looks. And the fact that she's reaching out to her father and he's like, I'm unsure if this is real or not. And she's like, shut the fuck up, old man. This is real. Take my hand. I need you to get out of here. Come with me right now.
And it's a really good moment. They finally get to embrace, which all doesn't matter because Victoria Kale is still trying to fuck over everyone on Diana's team.
Whole shit. Doing whole shit.
Doing whole shit. Giganta grabs Barbara Minerva. If you guys remember, that cheetah from like 2-3 issues ago got smacked up and she's useless. I'm thinking this is going to be Barbara Minerva's like introduction to being cheetah. Because they're going to Kale's going to grab her, experiment on her, and make a new cheetah. And I don't want to see her hurt my dear, sweet Witch of the Wild Isle. Leave Diana alone, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, man, I can't wait for this to come out on DC Ultra because just hearing and seeing, well, one, that's what I was talking about with the color list, like in that past panel with the blue and the orange, because like that shit is just beautiful, man. So you get that with the B story, but like they're pretty much mirroring in juxtaposition of Diana's story. You know, I remember from the annual, you guys were saying that love is already going to be a good part of this issue as far as like Diana's path, and we got that from telling by her mom, but this is before we know about the Aphrodite part. And then you get Zatanna, the mirror, but with her father, and this has already been happening since you were a child too. It's just coming in the grass and seeing it then. So man, this is great. This is why this shit is so fucking peak. Like it's story driven.
Good.
Like the action is straight, and it's absolute, and it makes it even more cooler because we get to see it in ways that maybe Wonder Woman and Diana wouldn't be projected, but depicted, excuse me. But yeah, like this is amazing.
And also there's one thing I want to point out too. Everything in this panel is orange, but it's different shades of orange and enough of a difference that you can see the different distinct figures. But everything is the same the same color, just different shades of the same color. Like,
we're
beautiful.
We're on the same page here because I wanted to give credit to Jordi Belair, the color artist, going crazy.
Yeah. That person's name needs to be shouted out for sure.
Also, her hand is on the next panel. If you look at it, her hand is bracing the panel to stand up.
This is probably the best art team in absolute. I mean, I can't say enough. I said it in the beginning. I can't say enough. Hayden Sherman is the best panel artist in Marvel and DC. I read a lot of books. So
talk that talk.
Talk heavy.
That's not even half the book though.
Big three, because the color was man.
They have a touching moment together. They're like, all right, I guess we're done here. And Victoria Kale's like, fuck you. No, I'm an evil billionaire demon oligarch. I have bad things planned for everyone.
Nobody gets out alive.
Oh no.
So Diana is stuck in the crossroads, right? Because Diana is stuck in the crossroads, they don't know how to get her out because she's just kind of in it,
Yeah, the weapon that she used to make the crossroads happen, if she's not totally focused or she loses the battle, she gets stuck there. And that's where she is right now. That's the risk of using this weapon.
She found Thugz and Harmony.
Yo. So you won't be lonely.
Yo.
So you won't be lonely.
Thugz and Wonder Woman.
Oh man.
That might be the name of the episode.
WW for
DubDub.
They do eventually get her out. I'm trying to skip through a lot of the art because I don't want to spoil all of it. It is such
Yeah,
a beautiful book.
Go
yeah,
read and buy, and then read
yeah,
again, and then buy it again.
yeah. I'll paraphrase. There's a moment where spoilers again. Spoilers. Go read this book. The book is amazing. But somebody comes in. Well,
We're gonna
Zatanna.
say what happens. Zatanna comes in. She
Yeah.
uses her little witchery to look like her mom and fool Diana into coming out of the crossroad. But I do want to say real quick, Zatanna says there's going to be a price to pay for me losing in this crossroad shit. I'm going to have to deal with that later. The last time she had to pay the price for some magic, an evil version of literal magic came through and started fucking up the world, city by city.
Tomorrow problem.
Tomorrow problem, because right now we have to worry about a whole bunch of other shit. Victoria Kale, I'm sorry, I keep stepping on your words, bro.
Nah, you good. So she summons the Iron Maiden. Was that the thing?
I think so. Pretty sure.
You can say what happens next.
This
God
nigga, this is what happens next, bro. So the Iron Maiden is connected to Zatara. Zatara's like, ah, shit. And Zatanna's like, what? We can teleport out of here. It's like, it doesn't matter where we teleport. It's connected to me. Victoria Kale connected to me. So like, no matter where I go, it will go. So even though Diana just got done essentially seizing out because she lost that battle, she has to go fight this thing and head up. And while Zatara and Zatanna dip out, otherwise it's just going to keep rummaging and ruining cities until it finally finds Zatara and captures them. And that is the end of the issue.
Huge cliffhanger. But
It's
Justin,
19, right?
is there anything in mainline that looks like that?
Bro, I don't even know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm sure casual comics. She knows her Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
You
she
know,
knows
actually,
the Silver
all of
Age
them I
stuff.
didn't even know. Actually,
You said Casual Comics?
Yeah, Casual Comics. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She did an interview with Scott Snyder.
Jeez.
Oh, go to shit,
Yeah.
bro.
Go to shit.
Yeah, I'm sure all of them might know too, low key.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah.
It looked
Great
like
issue.
Alien.
Whatever it is not nice. Bro, this is such a good book. I've never been bored reading Absolute Wonder Woman. I can't say the same that for a regular mainline Wonder Woman book.
I mean, first off, mainline Wonder Woman is boring, but the Absolute series in general has been revolutionary for comic books. Because not only has it,
Flash, it's still doing it. All of them.
All of them are bangers.
All of them are bangers.
There's not one that I'm like, all right, I don't really got it. All of them are bangers. And all of them subvert the lore in a way that's not like campy or like cheesy or like, all right, I saw that coming. Every time something happens to Absolute Batman, I'm like, I don't know how they can top themselves. I don't know how they can change it, but they do every time.
They keep doing
it. Every single fucking time.
Man,
but yeah.
We could sit here and wank Absolute all day long, and I would love to do that. But
sometimes we do. A lot of times we do.
There is other
twist.
Okay, well, I don't know if my wife would appreciate that on camera. We got to talk about some other DC greatness that hit us in the face real good the other day. Pause.
See what you did there.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Clayface trailer dropped, and god damn,
crazy.
Big Jersey, man.
Big Jersey
Gotham out here. Big Gotham out here in these streets.
Never forget, Gotham is in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Never forget. That's why everyone's so fucked up.
It's canon.
There's there is one thing that I do want to say about this. There's an ARG. For those who don't know, ARG is an augmented game reality. So basically, it's like an analog game that people make. There's one called Mouth Washing that reminds me a lot of this image right here. So, yeah, look up Mouth Washing ARG, and you'll see the thing that I'm talking about. It's damn near a 1-for-1.
I don't know if I'm ready for augmented body horror, especially with name called mouthwashing. That's or whatever. that sounds wild.
Bro, I was trying
I
to
pro-
watch it. Nah, bro,
yeah, I
no.
promise you. Look it up. But either way, what were you saying?
You trying to have me throw up in the middle of a meal or something, bro?
Yeah,
No, no, it's not. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Watch it be a link to Two Girls, One Cup.
Crazy, diabolical.
This trailer was crazy, and the wildest thing about this is James Gunn said that this is the first out of order DC project because it's in the DC universe proper, but it is not. It is before Superman.
yeah.
So he said that there's a story that someone presented him. They was like, "Oh, that's really good. We should probably make this movie." So he really trusts this movie. He really thinks
So
this is worth it.
he's been trying. The director of this movie has trying to been get it made since 2001, I believe. 2021.
2001. Okay.
2021, I believe, where he originally pitched it, and DC Warner Brothers was like, "Yeah, there's no really place for that." He kept pitching it and kept pitching it, and then he pitched it to Gunn, and Gunn was like, "Oh nah, this is crazy. This is crap."
They've been denying this.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
son. Do you know that there was a Batman? Well, we talked about this Batman Beyond, but Spider-Verse animation.
Yeah.
They denied that.
DC said no.
Yeah.
They were allergic to good decisions until Spider-Man. It was like, yo, we're gonna have to have a talk with y'all. Get my boy
we need
James.
to change this.
Yeah.
Basil Carlo is such an ironic character to follow because he's an actor who had a terrible accident and then was never the same ever again. So it's just like following the life of a tragic actor while he's in a big box office film.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah, the body horror is crazy. But they also mentioned that they would be following the Clayface story from Batman the Animated Series.
There's no the real good way to. I'm not going to say that, but that's the most iconic way to do it. There's no. That's the most iconic way to do it. It's the one everyone recognizes. Anyone who does recognize Clayface, I'm sure he's going to be super popular after this. But like we know about Clayface.
Yeah.
The average Tom, Dick, and Harry down the street is going to be like, "What do you want to talk about Clay for?"
We did see the Joker's a clown, sign up there, and if we in Gotham, we haven't had the DCU Batman yet. This is, and he said that he wants this to canonically be the first thing, as far as the DCU and as far as time frame with the Superman movie. So they can really go off. I could see them having a little bit of Scarecrow in this. That would be the other one that I would try to at least leave breadcrumbs for. If because Penguin is a deformity. You don't want to have another one of that. We might actually see some Croc in this. I don't know. I'm excited.
They're all deformed.
They're all deformed.
Well, yeah, but
none of them are normal people.
Yeah. No, Riddler is deformity is like not cosmetic, is what I was trying to say. Like, but yeah. I could see
mentally unstable.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, he's fucking crazy.
The thing I want from James Gunn Batman thing that he's doing, I just want it to be horror, because that's the only way that it makes sense, right? Everybody in Batman's role gallery is some accident or like crazy, right? And like legitimately crazy, but all of them have roots in like a horrific medical accident. Except for Penguin, he was born that way. But all of them are like, I'm
gonna say this. I'm gonna disagree. First off, we all like the trailer, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. 10 out of 10. Sure. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Body horror is crazy.
I think James Gunn needs to put fucking boot to ass and get the script done for Batman. We've been hearing about this for way too long. It's been like 3 years.
Yeah, I'm not in a rush, and I don't really care about the Penguin series Batman and Twilight Batman. I don't really give a fuck about
Twilight Batman.
I don't care. Yeah, I already saw the Batman. It was great. Yeah, you didn't need a second movie if you ask me. But I'm saying this because if this is supposed to be a world about continuity, and we're already getting a movie about a Batman villain without a Batman,
right?
Don't start teasing us so much.
Yeah, have that script, my nigga.
Have the script, build it. Don't because we don't want to admit this, but we build up how good something's going to be in our head, and then when it doesn't hit that expectation after years of anticipation, it gets a lot of negative press, unfair negative press. We're dealing with humans here. You've talked about the script and how you rewrote it and how you're putting your heart and passion into it. All right, my nigga, like it's been a couple years. Get it finished.
I think he may have two versions of the script, right? Follow me, right? He may have one that's more in line with the Superman message of like hope. It's bright, it's dark, but it's still like Batman, but it's still in the vein of like hope is the message at the end of the day, right? Batman's gonna go through adversity, he's gonna go through trials, but the thing that gets him through it is his willpower and self. And then he probably has a version that's horror. That's real dark. When I say dark, I mean like this trailer, dark. And I think he's using this, and that's the reason why this movie came out before we got any other Batman stuff, is because this is a litmus test to see how the audience will respond to darker Batman content. Because if this movie does well, I can 100% guarantee you the Batman movie we get is not going to be campy. It's not going to be light. It's not going to be funny. It's going to be dark. And not like Zack Snyder dark where it's hard to see everything. I mean, like, it's going to be dark in tone and theme. And it might be straight up, like, borderline horror movie.
Well, whatever it is, nigga, make a choice. We can't wait forever. There's other movies that have to be made, nigga. Like, all right.
Make a choice, Spider-Man.
Right.
But this trailer is 10 out of 10.
Yeah, great trailer.
Well, you know, Spider-Man didn't have to make a choice, but you know who did?
You're on fire today, bro.
Yeah, cooking. That boy cooking.
Our boy Daredevil, because
cooking like he's in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, for real, bro. Thank you, Base God.
Thank you, Base God.
I did get maced earlier this week, so maybe that's why I'm on fire.
You said you got maced?
I got based earlier this week. Yes.
Okay, enough of this drug use, you addicts. This was a great episode. What the fuck is going on with this season? This is just as good as the original Netflix stuff. This is just as good. Season 2 has been incredible.
Yeah. The Kingpin fight scene, like finale for sure.
Bro, this could have damn near been a finale.
Damn, it's not. I guess they are still going, huh?
There we go. It was so good. You were comfortable with this ending. No, there's 2 more episodes.
For real.
There's 2 more episodes. They have to resolve a couple things. We've got the city is actively rebelling against Kingpin. No one's hiding it anymore. Kingpin is going full rogue. He's not listening to any of his handlers or the rich people or the governors. He's actively stealing weapons from the weapons dealers he was doing deals with. He's running off on the plug. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. You said Kingpin doing Kingpin things?
100%.
Well, they say Matthew Lillard's character is supposed to be, you know, connected to the whole Shorty from Thunderbolt. So, you know, I guess this is leading into, because depending on how they end with these 2 episodes, like maybe we would get some type of, you know, Punisher special coming up soon, and then it's the Spider-Man movie. So who knows? The Avengers Tower is up in there in this show though. So
what about the Defenders? What about Jessica Jones?
Like we are in here. Like this man, and I'm glad it is like taking how great the Netflix was. WW Marvel Television.
And shout out to this show for having everything flow so seamlessly. When I was watching this episode, I was like, who's little mixed child they got running up in here? And it didn't feel like cameo-y. It didn't feel like a cameo to me. And when I seen Jessica Jones, I was like, oh, duh. Like she has a child with Luke Cage. That's a great way to introduce that. I totally didn't even think about it.
Holding the bomb. Waiting for mama to get done kicking the ass.
Yeah, bro. If I remember correctly, she has superpowers already as a kid in the comics, but this is the show, so who cares?
Yeah.
We're about to find out, I'm sure.
About to find out. And I don't know, man. I don't even know how this is all going to end because there's a season 3 already being filmed. Spoilers for anyone.
For sure.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, I hear them. I've heard people say they might be doing a season 4. That's a rumor, though.
Yeah.
Shout out to the psychiatrist chick. You know that we're still getting that storyline as basically.
Let's talk about her real quick. What's going on with this freaky bitch? What's going on with Buck and this freaky bitch?
He was like, "Yo, you should just choke me like he did you." She's like, "You know, I'm gonna do that."
I was thinking, nigga, what? Who does that help?
Actually, this is why y'all should watch the podcast on Disney Plus. They did say in the script that she was supposed to kiss him after, but the actress meant to call like, nah, like we gonna convey it like without that. But yeah, like because with that, between that and the Karen kill sex shit, like trying to kill Bullseye and literally Daredevil have the stopping that because she did pull the trigger. Like there was a sound like he was about to be up out of it.
He pulled the cock back.
Yeah. Between those two scenes,
things got intense.
It was freaked out for sure. Undertones of freaked out, and regular tones of freaked out. Under and regular tones of freaked out is crazy.
Bro, I'm just saying, there is no situation in my life in which I'm going through PTSD and I want to choke or get choked. Y'all niggas need real Jesus. Daredevil is God. Listen, thank God he's a Catholic. At least he has some type of PTSD. God bless you.
Some people like that shit.
And y'all mad
at shame on here. Listen, we don't king shame on here.
And y'all mad at Diddy.
If you freaked the
yes.
They said it was they said it was under the First Amendment, amateur porn.
Amateur porn, bro.
That's what they said.
That's what
I'm not the lawyer, but that's what they said.
Listen, it's Diddy and Orochimaru, okay?
Hey, yo, they got Matt Murdock at Diddy's trial right now, trying to get him out.
Trying to defend his boy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All he smells is baby oil.
All he smells is baby oil. We would take Daredevil. This is wild.
Hey yo, imagine you walk into Hell's Kitchen and all you smell is Ciroc and baby oil. Oh man, nah. Hey, fuck. This episode was great. Tension was crazy. That like Phil said earlier, that fight scene with Daredevil and Wilson Fisk, and that's not even going to be the last one. They have to fight again because there's going to be a season finale.
There's 2 more episodes left.
Yeah, or maybe it's just going to be one long continuous fight for 2 episodes. I don't know.
Let me get this out the way real quick. In light of Into the Spider-Verse coming up, we are in this time zone where Daredevil can take that. His wife is gone. He could start getting that collider. We might get Miles. Yeah. Oh no, say not. If this is the setup right here, he lost his wife. He could be the Kingpin from the movie.
Honestly, if they did that, that would be the greatest thing Marvel has done in the last 6 years.
Well, I think we should wait for Secret Wars on that.
Ooh.
Oh, you mean the re-release of Endgame first? We had to watch the re-release of Endgame. The re-release of Endgame.
Make sure y'all have Disney Plus. Don't go to the theater.
No, it's coming to theaters. You got to pay money for it. You got to pay a movie ticket for it.
I'm not doing that shit.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. That's one thing I'm not going to do. Like, my afternoons are precious. I'm not going to spend 3 hours watching a movie I've seen multiple times.
For a few scenes.
For the subscription.
Yeah, y'all can eat a dick. There's no way. It's very odd for them. Like, hopefully they put it on Disney Plus as well. No, it's very odd.
Now we're gonna get sniped.
Yeah, for real. Let's get to recommendations before
Justin might gonna stop working.
You're right.
Yeah.
Justin might gonna stop working
for sure.
Yo, we need to make a shirt with Kevin Feige with a 50 cal pointing at Justin's microphone.
That's a good idea. Recommendations.
I am going to recommend a Witch Hat Artilier. Mm-hmm. I still think currently it's in the conversation between that and JJK for animated year. Easily. There's no.
We're only 3 episodes in.
Only 3 episodes in, and I'm like, yo, this might be one of the greatest things I've ever watched. It's so good. The world building, the drip on the brim hats is crazy. I saw that. I was like, yo, and mind you, it wasn't even a moving image. It was a still black and white image. And I was like, yo, crazy.
Niggas ripped the
Bananas.
manga panel and we were like, whoa.
Yo, bananas. They literally, just took the manga panel, but like crazy. Witch Hat is my vote.
I'm happy to see them be the new Akatsuki. Like, because that, now it's time to, they don't even need a logo. It could have just been them with the drip. Every time you reference the Brim hat, you gotta show that whole image right there. All of us drip the fuck out.
Yo, fuck a cloud. I want that outfit. Did you see that nigga with the horns on his hat? Like, what? Why?
Damn, what would I recommend? Because I would recommend Witch Hat too. Actually, I'm gonna use this time to mention another thing we didn't really get time to talk about with Stereo Wine and Sword. RIP to the to the roommate, Rusty. RIP Rusty. Spoilers. And manga spoilers too. Don't keep that RIP so literal. We saw at the end where it could be not a flesh, a real flesh and bone. So his shorty is always looking out for
him. I gotta say, Absolute Wonder was probably my biggest recommendation.
Really
good. DubDub.
Cyclops had really good moments. The line where he said, "You remind me I'm a soldier," really hit home for me. Cyclops does that to me like almost every other book I read from him. Great speeches.
Bars.
Poetry. He be bricked up too. Justin be bricked up reading Cyclops.
I do be bricked up reading Cyclops. One day I'm going to tell you my first memory that made me realize I'm going to be like a lifelong comicer was because of Cyclops. But Superman was really fucking good. Superman was so good. It was so good. I love Superboy.
Get on the live, man. I'll try to catch up with Flash, and then because I'm gonna be busy tomorrow. But maybe Sunday. I can read Sunday if you get on.
Yeah.
Pause.
It feels like probably Sunday. That's a good idea. Superboy Prime, Superman period. This book feels like an almost totally different book than what Superman was right before all DCKO happened. And I don't give a fuck. This book is awesome.
You know what?
If you made a miniseries with just him, I would be like, I'm not one of these guys too. I'm never a guy that like reads a character that's being cool as a background character or a filling character. I'm like, he needs his own book. Give me a mini. Give me 6 issues. I really want to see this guy be by himself for a little.
That's cool. I'll take them as my 2 Supermans right now. Absolute Superman and Superboy Prime. Like that's cool with me. Because Boy Scout Superman, Mainline Superman got a lot of my respect with the ending of the DCKO. So, now that he's Dr. Manhattan or whatever the fuck, I'm cool with this.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited to see it on the DC Ultra if you hyping it up like this. Because I don't like typical, like if he's pissing people off as Superman, that's what's up. I'm cool with that. That's the energy I would love to see. And we already know Superboy Prime is a nuke, so I gotta support my not all of them.
Okay. All right. And that was another grand episode of Dots and Lines, people. Thank you for watching.
Crazy.
I hope you enjoyed watching as much as we enjoyed making it. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe. Maybe you could give us a little follow on Instagram. Maybe you could follow us on Twitter. I don't know. We're there. We're active. Hope you have a great day. Okay, bye.
Because Nolan chose not to nuke. It's sometimes you can't pick all nukes. You got to pick and choose which ones you pick.